Neon Abyss is a frantic roguelike action platformer that features unlimited item synergies and a unique dungeon evolving system. This game came out back in 2020 and I played it. It was awesome. But now the sequel is releasing and I got in to the playtest. So now hopefully it lives up to the name. Now I'm really excited about this game. I played the first one and it was pretty good. Now I didn't get too far because I wasn't too invested. I did get like well, Neon Abyss is weird. I got to like the second, or maybe third, when you unlock the robot guy in the like skill tree. Which is part of the reason Neon Abyss is awesome, I'd say. You know, it's definitely taking inspiration from a ton of indie games, but I just don't know. It's definitely making a name for itself, I'd say. It looks like we start with a gun, and every 5th shot, yeah, you shoot a laser. The UI, I don't know how I feel about it. It's definitely different from the first game. It looks a lot more like vector art, I'd say. Upon use, consume. Oh, right. First thing you want to do in this game, I don't know if it's going to be the same after the full game comes out, but there is a setting in gameplay, item info preview, which is just external item descriptions if you've ever played Binding of Isaac. Or at least that's my impression of it. Upon use, consumes crystals, summons a letter. Okay, this looks like active item. That's awesome. In the first game, it was just mostly the guns that came with active items instead of just having them. Speaking of guns, these are not it. It looks like they added melee weapons to the game, which is awesome. Attacks unleash blade waves with flight. I think I'm gonna have to go for the sword here. I think I'm gonna take this. Oh, it replaces your gun. Okay. Can I vaporize them both? Well, that's neat. I imagine there'll be a character we can have 2 weapons, right? Oh, this is really cool. Now, melee wasn't really like a big part of the first game. It was, or at least from what I remember, it was more of a, by the way, you can hold this down. That's cool. In the first game, it was more... Okay, this is new. I don't know. Everything looks a lot better, I'd say, in terms of like the art. Everything looks semi the same. Like it's kept the same art style for the most part, at least from what I'm seeing. Eggs were also a huge part of the first game. I like the whole egg mechanics. It just sort of seems like the Binding of Isaac familiars. There were some which like would just take your hearts and then maybe give you shields sometimes, which follows suit with the Binding of Isaac familiars. Faith item. Each time activating crystal objects increases wisdom meter while triggering spike objects. This just looks like the regular way the wisdom and chaos meters from the first game worked. It was this game's angel and devil deals. with the purple being the angel and then the red being the devil. I'm not sure how useful the ladder thing's gonna be, although I am interested to find out. These rooms seem a lot bigger, but I think that's just because I played the first game, or at least most of the gameplay with the first game was on my Steam Deck. So everything seems a lot bigger. I don't know if that's just the game. I'm really hoping they bring back the arcade machines from the first game. That was probably, I'd say, my favorite part. These enemies just look the same. Hated them in the first game. Terrible to deal with. It seems moldy hearts here. The moldy hearts, there's a chance you'll just get a health up, chance for them to just be regular heart, chance for them to take your heart canister, or just to do damage. I always take them. It's like a Hatchmon. I'm guessing that's what they're calling the familiars. I don't know if that's what they called it in the first game, but it's definitely what they're calling it here. Drop 1 coin, and we always put them on. Doesn't seem too overpowered. I haven't looked too much into the game. I'm sure there's a couple things that are new. Or I should say, I'm sure there's a lot that's new. Because this is a playtest, so this isn't the full game. I'm sure there'll be a lot more when it fully comes out. Teleport screen looks a lot more polished, I'd say. Secret room. We seem to start with a few of the upgrades from the first game, like the first set of upgrades. For example, the moldy hearts, that was something you'd need to level up and spend your little level up gems on. The music though, I am loving the music, it's really good. If I'm being honest, I didn't really pay attention to any of the lore of the first game because I don't know, gameplay is fun, it was just sort of that. Although I guess I could have been paying more attention. I've tried the first game because it was free on the Epic Games store, and then I figured out that it was a really good game. Oh, here's where the ladder comes in handy. Or I could just go from the top. Let's make sure the ladder's useful. Moldy art. I do like the melee weapons, although they just seem... Bringing destructibles creates powerful homing out bullets. More keys increase the orbital stone amount. I think it's... Whoa! This is new. Fusion. Okay, well this just all looks... Is that a Binding of Isaac reference? I like how they expanded on the pets. I think that was a pretty big part of the first game. Legacy watch. Extra coins each time it takes damage. And this is new. It seems your player stats are also tracked now. Should I trade the blue one for the blue one? Absolutely, that's a... If I'm not... That's a steal. That's what it is. I'm assuming it didn't let me. I like the idea of trying out another weapon. For better or worse. Goodbye. What do we got? Neat. Let's see here. I guess let's go in the challenge room. Oh, these are the little rocks that spawn. That is really cool. I don't remember a lot from the first game, but I do remember that the weapons weren't as in depth as these, or at least not visually. I will say that the game for the most part, runs smoothly. I haven't encountered anything. Even if I'm not very good. Blood Bond. I'm seeing a lot of melee weapons. Is that the main focus of the game? Or... Charging at right moment consumes all hearts and shields to summon the reusable Blood Servant. Weapon is enhanced when at death's door. I'm assuming that means half a heart? These are all new mechanics. Learning curve is 5. That is awesome. Okay, yeah, half a heart. And it comes with the fairy. When the fairy is fully charged, it will automatically revive you and expend its charge. Minions summoned by consuming hearts or shield, it will join you in attacks. Blood Servant starts with 2 HP. Alright. Oh, okay, that's neat. Okay, so that's the charge. I think we go for the boss now. Well, this is really neat. I don't think I'm good enough at the game yet to fully wield its power. I think we'll see what happens. Let's get back our health first. Okay, it seems if you have an excess of health, you still keep some minions. Okay. Okay, this is genuinely just a melee weapon. There's no ifs, ands, or but. Okay. Neat boss, not the hardest one. I think I could have done it at half a heart. I think I'm good enough at this point. Or the boss was super easy considering it's floor 1. I am playing on normal difficulty. Spending coins in the shop may sometimes drop an egg. Cool. Cool. It seems we start with 5 floors if you don't count the tutorial. Do we spawn an item? Oh, did we not have it? Does this... Each time you gain soul charges, shades, your faith will increase. No idea what that means. But I hope it's good. I like games that actually give you a melee weapon and not a glorified gun. I think this axe is really cool. Especially the whole risk-reward mechanic. Man. Don't like these spider enemies at all. They're not too hard to deal with though. Get our familiars out, take this heart. That's new. Get our health back. Charges in multiple stages. At full energy, dashes forward and spawns bomb dolls. Upon hitting enemies, more bombs increase the dolls' count. Is this just... Oh, you can spam it too. Okay. I think we're gonna run this. Well, the axe is cool. I do want to try out as many weapons as I can, considering this is the playtest. And we got an angel deal, I think. Or a wisdom deal. This is new. Hello, guy. This looks like the pea shooter from Plants vs. Zombies. Awakening a hatchmont transformed into a stationary sunflower. Okay, so this is just a legally distinct Plants vs. Zombies reference, which is awesome. Okay. Can be forged into a new badge. What am I looking at here? Dealing weapon damage to enemies may create ice spikes. Should this not be on an ice badge? Or is the ice inherently made out of poison? Bullet badge. Dealing weapon damage to enemies may fire additional piercing. See, the fire one shoots a fireball, but the poison one Yep, that's where you're gonna put the ice. It only makes sense, really. Well, I think I just have to now. I am gonna take the fist because we didn't even get to use it. Although I am gonna vaporize it. The Temple of Faith is what this was also. Which does make me curious if we still have the wisdom things. What do we got? Okay, so it looks like we got a ranged weapon this time. Ooh. Okay. I didn't think the soundtrack was gonna be this good. Yeah, indie games always find a way to surprise you. One thing I will say is if you haven't tried the first game, you absolutely should. There's like, I don't know, how, it's really good. The little crane mini game, that's what I live for. You don't find a better mini game than that. Or it's not even a mini game. I think, if anything, I think the reason I like it is just because you have a chance of getting so many things. I say that, but I usually mess up one and then can only grab like 2 items. Should I use the ladder for this? Oh. No, I guess not. I do enjoy the whole skill tree progression of the first game. However, it seems a bit slow even when you do like complete the whole floor. I also played on normal difficulty. I don't know if it's boosted at a higher difficulty. I'm assuming it might be. Again, this soundtrack is amazing. You just don't see this in a AAA game. Okay, a little gamble door. What does a sequel really mean? I like Spelunky 2 is a great example of a good sequel. I think when it really comes down to it, and you start considering what makes a sequel, I think it's something that builds upon the first one, but doesn't just seem like a continuation. Although, I guess if the game's really that good, a continuation is just more good game, which sounds good, but if it doesn't really add anything or too much, then it just sort of seems like the same game. With this game though, there's just, well, at least from like a first glance, there's just a lot, and I mean a lot more. My faith item's gone. You can select a faith. Each faith features unique charging mechanics. Oh, okay. So it switches the way angel deals work by just replacing them. That's where we got that thing, the first floor, the thing. That is neat. Again, there's just so much at a first glance. I am excited for this game, or at least more than I was starting. Ow. Walked straight into that one. These little guys, they remind me of, well, one, they remind me of the little creatures, the critters from Sonic, but also they just look like, oh, that's what I'm thinking of, the little germs from Dr. Mario, like the original Dr. Mario. Original, like there's a ton of them. I am liking this game a lot, though. I think, you know, it's definitely something I can come back to. I don't know if certain upgrades, like the like one of the first upgrades you can get in the first game was the starting secret room glows like yellow cracks. I don't know if we start with that because this is a playtest or because you just start with that in the main game. I'm excited to find out though. Each time you pick a weapon badge. Okay. I think I just really like that opening to this song. I don't know who worked on the OST, but they really outdid themselves. I guess some of the best soundtracks for a game or OSTs are the ones that you just don't even notice. because it gets you really immersed. And that's something we don't really notice. Once you start to like really notice that, that's makings of a really good game, I think. Or a really good soundtrack, I should say. This is neat. Oh my god. I think I go for 2 charge here. This guy seems a little dangerous to get close to. Okay. Cool. Do I die here? I might need to lock in, I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay. Okay. Alright. Okay. Yeah, honestly, yeah. I should have thought that jumping straight into him probably would have done contact damage. This is new. We got fake Daft Punk here again. Whoa. Cool. Then we got the pit. All right, let's try this one more time. For the playtest, do not press tab as you are jumping, or else the game will freeze. Just a gambler one again? Yep. What is this? Okay. Well, I am intrigued how you work. I don't have enough money, but I will. In the first game, I think the first enemies were like, they had like a green and red color theme. Well, there seems to be a lot more purple in this one. I don't know if that's like a lore thing, or they just thought purple looked good. Which, I mean, it does. Game looks good. I am interested to see how the progression works in this game. I don't know if it's already out. It probably is. Again, I haven't seen a lot or any of like the trailers. I saw one trailer, but I didn't really like pay too much attention. Again, there's just not enough time in the day. Okay, so it looks like that hammer mallet is just the egg animation. I wasn't going insane. Which, I mean, it could have been anyone's guess. But I think, you know, now that it's, yeah, another mystery solved. All right. Item room. What do we got? Is that kunai? This is from Naruto, man. Lightning arcs will link between weapon projectiles. Not seeing them. Maybe you gotta fire at the same time. Okay. They're not really moving all that much. I don't know. It just happened to spawn in stationary enemies, or ow. I hate this little guy. Okay. Well, they aren't stationary. Don't like all these projectiles being thrown at me. Okay. Ow. Alright, what is this? Leave me alone. As you can see, I'm a little rusty. Charging temporarily consumes bombs, so fire missiles. I don't like the idea of losing my bombs, but I think we'll be fine. Not a lot of hearts on this floor. Right. Oh, I got my bomb back. Oh, okay, so that's how this works. I should have opened that before I bought the art from the shop. This guy again. Whoa! Is that the lightning art? Ow. Okay, I need you to stop getting close to me so I can shoot the missile without hurting myself. I do like how the boss is, oh my god. I do like how the bosses have like, I don't know what it is, but it's a little astral thing that pops up in between phases. Got her. Atomic Cola. Little Fallout reference. I'm assuming. I mean, what else could it be? As a heart container increases jump height. Now, in the first game, when you beat a boss, it was kind of like a glitched crown effect where it's like one item that swaps between. It could be like a health up, extra damage, extra attack speed, things like that. Yeah, this thing. Oh, I can change it. But in this game, I assume they're gone. Or at least different. I don't know if they just removed them from the game or if there's like a different way to get them. But as it cycled through, if you picked it up at the right time, you would get the item that was currently displayed. So if you like waited until it was a health up, you would only get a health up. Or like the item was just a health up. Which was, in my opinion, one of the cooler things, because you know, it really lets you like play with what build you wanted. Although I think the idea of just having regular items at the end of a boss room is also really cool. Because it did feel a little stale after a while, especially when you didn't get anything at all. Or at least like on the regular floors, you didn't get like a regular passive item. Because there were floors in the first game where you just wouldn't get a passive item for like floors until you found like an arcade machine, which again was one of the reasons why I really like the arcade machine. Not arcade machine, a little. Well, it's like a a crane game. Yeah, that's what it was. Why am I blinking on crane game? Am I supposed to press E during that animation, or is that just like? I'm assuming that's just the animation. I don't have a grenade, but it's still charging my charge shot. Ow. How unlucky. He would be there, yeah. What a horrible plant. I hate him. Okay. Worth. No, it definitely wasn't actually, now that I'm looking at it. I got another ladder. Cool. In the first game, it wasn't like a... You get enough items and you can just beat the game without any problem, like Binding of Isaac. Although I wouldn't really say it was entirely skill-based either. Like with something like Gungeon or Spelunky. I guess Gungeon's not really entirely skill based either, but you could definitely beat like the whole game, or at least you could definitely beat Gungeon without picking up an item, depending on how good you are. But well, I guess you could do that with Binding of Isaac too, but it's just so much harder. Especially if you get to like Delirium or something. Especially with all the boss armor. But I don't know. I think it's... I think with this game, it's definitely more skill-based than Isaac, I would feel. But a lot of games are. Well, I love Isaac. I think one item and you win the game. That's just how it is. Also, I didn't really read this one. Yama. Charge attacks unleash dimensional slashes. What is this? Whoa. That's cool. Do they combine? Oh wait, no, it's just the amount of times I hit him. No, the sword seems boring. We're sacrificing this instantly. Dealing the weapon damage spawn. Is this still the ice one? Yeah. May spawn several ways. Summon Cleary, a temporary hatchmon, to aid you in combat. I think I'm good with explosion damage for now. Wait, safe explosion? I don't know. I think we go for the explode badge here. If we get enough crystals, we go to the shop. Don't like this room right off the bat. Okay. Dude, I hate those bears with a little laser. There's nothing you can do against them. Without like a dodge or like a flying thing. Or double jump. Although that just might genuinely be a skill issue. Shrine Bell. 2 crystal containers and nothing else. Cool. I'm assuming these are all, or not all, but like some of them are references to things. Okay, let's do it. We got it. A LeBron jersey. Legendary jersey. At the start of each battle, a basketball drops from the sky to AJ. Heroes come and go, but legends are forever. I did like all of the... This is new. At least this boss. Is that a basketball? Where did that come from? Okay. 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 I'm not entirely sure what's happening, but I need it to stop now. Oh my god. Alright, we did it. What is this? Snake hairpin. When you don't have enough crystals, you can convert eggs into crystals. Neat. Some of these items don't really seem that influential to the run, I'd say. I think all in all, most of the items like you'd get in an average playthrough of the first game were mostly the same, honestly. There were a couple items that were just like really, really good, but other ones that were just like basic items like these. Yeah, are my balls just gone? Can I... Where did they go? Okay, I guess let's hope they don't leave the room. Okay, we do decent damage with the racket, I think. Not enough as the ball, though. Or not as much, I should say. Getting hit so much. The pea shooter. I think we tried it out this time. We didn't get to really use it last time. Is this basketball just permanent? Okay, it doesn't seem too bad of a gun. Sunfires definitely make it pretty good. Hello. All right. Hitting enemies spawn butterfly whose strength scales. Is this just Psylocke? Okay. Are these the wisps? The things around them? Neat. Sacrifice some of these. And then disintegrate this. Now a cool sword is leveled up a bit. Additional piercing bullets. What does that mean for this sword? I'm intrigued to buy it. What do we got? Okay, it might have been wasted. Can I trade a badge? Which one did I just trade? Oh, the explosion one. Dealing weapon damage to enemies may create a lightning chain. That just sounds good for a melee weapon now. I think we run that. Die! Oh my god. That was awesome. What was that? How did I do that? Do I just have like a couple on hit items? Okay. Oh, okay, yeah, so just on hit. You can't charge your weapon in between rooms. I'm pretty sure you could in the first game, or maybe I'm going insane. But I think you probably could. I might be just confusing a couple games. What's this? Dawn system. If you're a death sower after being hurt, gain a shield. Okay. I don't know if these items don't change your appearance like they do, but it's definitely not changing the way our character looks now. Maybe we just haven't gotten any like character altering ones. I think I'm definitely finding my footing now. You know, it was a bit on the uptake, but I think, you know, once we learned to really just get in the zone, we got it. Ooh, this is new. Okay. Void power is what that is. Okay, okay. Do these all have the same attacks? Just different cards? No, they definitely don't. Ow. Okay, we got it. Formless strand. Crystal's cost of magic artifact is reduced by 1. Neat. I think this is the farthest we've gotten so far. So I'm hoping. This could all fall to another spike room. It seems a key increase for these doors don't go up by each floor you go. After winning the challenge room, you may receive an extra reward. I'm assuming maybe a Street Fighter reference? And do I gamble or do I gamble? Now the the choice here really does intrigue me. I think we do both. I guess they're gonna give me shields. Might be worth it. Oh, I completely forgot about that mechanic. I guess gambling always pays out. Yeah, never has it failed me. Except for that time and those couple of other times before. But all in all, gambling is always worth it, yeah. You only ever lose as soon as you... Oh. You only ever lose as soon as you stop playing. And I think we lose here. A gambler's paradise. I've made it. I've won. Is that big money? What did we win? Light bulb. Upon use, I'm just gonna pick it up. Can I still gamble? Yep. Loss. One more. I guess the true gamble was within us all along. They was the friends we made along the way. And I think that's all we get out of this room. Cool. Oh, fusion. Chirpy. Didn't get to read that. During combat, she actively awakens unconscious Hatchmons. No, I didn't want to pick that up. Okay. I do not like this room at all. Okay. And a lot of robot-themed enemies this floor. A 2-lock door. Can only be riches behind here, I'd assume. Yeah, riches. Swing and a miss. Ow. Okay. Cool. Boss room. Crystal room. A locked door. In front of spikes. I think we go for it. I think spikes... Yeah, they don't mean anything to nobody. Ooh. Big money. Spoon vendor. For every 5 crystals obtained, an egg will drop. Add crystal container. This is big. Upon use, consume crystals to fix all broken machines in this room. Infinite gambling? Is that what I'm hearing? Might be what I'm hearing, I'm gonna be honest with you. A bomb. Tracking, and you gain 2 bombs per floor. Per floor sounds pretty good, I'm not gonna lie to you. Hitting enemy can stack poison marks when reaching 9 stacks, it triggers a poison burst. Alright. Ow. How is that fair? Whoa. Okay, soul stone. Sun infused. Oh, this is just vaporized. Okay. I think the electric badge is just more useful in general, I think. Yeah, lightning chain. Although we already have one, does that stack? I guess we wouldn't know here. This is how does this work? Okay, that looks awesome. Let's vaporize this. I think we're taking this bad. Do you have anything too special about it? More coins increase baseball count. Got it. Boss time. Got a pachinko. Okay. Okay, already doing terribly. Okay. Got it. Took a lot more health than we needed to in this room, but I think we got it either way. Sometimes smashing obstacles will drop eggs. Turkey theory. Let's go. Okay, final floor. Or at least in a playtest. I think we changed it for this one. Okay, the one from the first game. Or the system from the first game. Why am I at half a heart? Was I at half a heart when I came in here? Okay. Okay, looks like it's based not where the hammer's hitting, but just in proximity to your character. I've been trying to time it. Secret room? Nope. Give me some hearts. Sun antler. Each time you get 5 wisps, the crystal will drop. Oh, it's just a wisp chest. Alright. I think I'm getting the hang of the bat down. Yeah, it took me a little bit, but I think I got it. I say as I miss. Come on. The good thing is it goes through walls, so it's a lot easier to do. Rooney? Is that what that says? Yeah, Rooney. During battle, if there's a rune stone in the room, he will actively destroy. If there isn't, he will periodically generate rune stone. Jesus. A floating obstacle that, when destroyed, creates a small shockwave. Disappears after combat ends. What luck. Full heart. Needed that. We're missing that entire section next to the first room. I don't think I'm gonna go for the challenge room. I think we cut our losses and try to win instead of risking it again. How far does this go? Okay, the incredible miss. Okay. Get an orbital that can block enemy bullets when you take damage. Upon use, generates crystals to increase weapon damage or consumes crystals. I think we go for this. Hatch one of these. Take this. Pick this up. And we just keep this. Sounds about good enough. Last treasure room. Let's see what we got. Whetstone. On this floor, melee weapon hits enemies, stack physical damage, reset on ticking damage. Cool. Trojan. Okay. Was not prepared for that platform to fall at all. Okay. 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 Ow. Ow. I think we lose here. No, we don't. And that's game. Yeah. All right. First winner. That felt good. Yeah. Congratulations. You've triumphed over the final boss in this test, but this is merely a glimpse of the game's expansive world. Greater challenges and adventures await in the full version. I would say definitely check out this game when it drops fully. I don't know if you can still apply for the playtest, but I would greatly recommend it.